So watch it, David. Welcome to Make Money Mondays, friends. I'm so excited to see you. It warms my heart on this chilly day to be surrounded with so many amazing human beings from all over. We have friends that visit us from all over at KW New England. We love everybody. So we invite our Florida friends, our California friends, our other friends that may not have creative souls like I do, so that they can all take a part of our social media and fun content. Today, we are joined by one of my most favorite human beings on the planet, not just the KW region. And I was like, why haven't I had her on? Why haven't we asked to have her on? And if you know who today's guest is after, please throw some love in the chat for her. But Tiffany and I get the pleasure today of chatting with, and I'm going to pin her. Ready? Ready? Boo! Julie Chin from KWCLM and Rockstar and this and that and all these places. But I'm going to let Julie introduce herself, all her places, and then we'll get going.
Thanks so much for having me. I adore you. You know that. Hey, everyone. I'm Julie Chin. I am with Keller Williams Coastal Lakes and Mountains Realty. Probably need a breath after saying that. And my team's name is Rockstar Lux. And I currently have 4 other agents on the team. I usually only bring on new agents, or at least that's what I've done to date. I'm super passionate about mentoring and training. So I love the opportunity to be there and be supportive. I joined KW in 2018. I hadn't worked before. I started work at the age of 50, graduated college at the age of 50. So that's just sort of my magic number at this point. And I'm licensed in New Hampshire, Maine, and Vermont. And I'm working on my Florida license now.
You're going to fly into some warmer weather.
And I wrote a book.
Yep, and that's why we have you here because when I read this book, as soon as it went live, it went to Kindle first, and I was like, yes, buy, instant buy. These sections on your reputation and on social media etiquette gave me the giggles in a way because I'm like, this is I've been saying this for years. Like somebody is validating my feelings, and I had these maniacal giggles when I was reading it, and I think I like circled something on my page and I circled so hard I ripped through the page because I was like, everybody coming here needs to like this needs to go into an e-signature and everybody just needs to agree to this. Period. End of story.
Right.
So let's talk about your book then and go from there because your book is pretty awesome. And I'm going to pop the link in for everyone too, but don't go buy it. Don't go buy it because if you stay on, somebody's getting an autographed copy today. I'm giving away the goods today. I'm telling you ahead of time.
There you go.
Yes, that is the name.
Yes, you got it. You see why I like her? She's spicy like me.
So the reason why this book came to be is, keep in mind I had no work history. So I jump into that exam, which I found very overwhelming, but whatever, we all get through it. And I became shocked when I passed the exam. It occurred to me I have absolutely no idea how to do this frickin' job. And I just have never been that kind of person, you know. I'm gonna know how to do everything, and I had been a perfectionist, which I have since put away. I know. Well, you have to because you know. Well, whatever.
Sure.
But some people were friendly, some people weren't helpful, some were territorial, secretive. You'll even see in the book, I actually mentioned one of my very first experiences, which is the moment the book was actually born. I just didn't actually fully know it yet. I was at my first ever agent gathering, and I already went in nervous enough, just trying to figure out, like, am I wearing the right clothes? Where do I sit? Is anybody going to talk to me? Like, you know, and because it was easy, stay-at-home mom of three, like they talk to me all day long.
They never stop talking, actually.
So I find my seed and I gather up the courage, which probably sounds weird to some of you, and ask this agent across from me, how does a new agent go about finding clients or customers? And she laughed, looked at the person next to her, because let's just bring everybody into this combo, right? And laughed and said, you'll figure it out. We all had to. So I cried on my ride from that meeting to pick my kiddo up from middle school that day. Um, some would say there was absolutely nothing wrong with what she said. And I'm not even saying that there was. It's just I was like, I was in my space, which nobody else could have known, right? Like I was nervous and it was just a really honest question. So whatever. This book is for every person thinking about going into real estate, is in real estate school, or is struggling and been trying for months or whatever. Like I tried to put everything in this book I could think of that would answer the question that that person has. And I outline like, okay, so I haven't been doing it as long as many, right? But you can go to a chapter, how do I find business? Well, here's some ideas. Granted, they're not all the ideas, but at least there's a starting point. There is a guide, and I have absolutely no idea why it didn't exist before. But as you can tell, I'm like super duper passionate about it. And that's part of why I train and mentor new agents. Like, I'm here. Anybody on my team, they know, unless I'm sleeping, I'm answering your text or your call. Like I will get you through the contract. I will get you through the conversation. I will be present at the listing appointments, like whatever it takes to make my agents comfortable because I want them to succeed.
I love that. And I know you personally, and I know these things have happened because we've been out to dinner and you're like, hold on, I got to help my agent do this or my agent do that. And I've been there and I've had the pleasure of working with you in the North Conway office for a few days, you and your team. And everything Julie does is from the kindest training soul. She wants everybody around her to succeed. And I think when you're hurt like that, right? Because you truly were hurt when you came into this industry and you're looking around and you're thinking, I'm at a great event. I'm going to learn so much today. And then it was hard enough to go there and then your confidence gets knocked down. How many people walk away and don't come back? And I'm so glad you didn't walk away. I'm so glad you stuck it out because you're an amazing resource to anyone around you. And if you haven't picked up the Real AF Guide for new real estate agents, again, somebody's going to win it today. But this is something that should be in your back pocket. Like it should have crease marks, wrinkles, bookmarks, post-it notes, highlights, circle it, because it's the name. It really is real. And I'm like, this is practical. Like this should be handed out with your stupid modern real estate book that we all have to read for school, right? This thing, look at this. This is 685 pages of the dumbest crap that you have to know to stay out of your real estate, licensing jail. But I'm like, it's the hardest thing taking this because I'm like, I know this stuff and I just need to know it for the test. But what would an agent do after this if you didn't have the type of experience that we get and most people get at their KWs?
Right.
So my favorite sections are on reputation, etiquette, and social media. And I literally have a screenshot that I printed out from your book and it's pasted back here. And I've had it since the book came out. And it literally says, while we're on the topic of social media, consider that maybe, just maybe, it's a good idea to refrain from posting provocative pictures since right now your focus is wanting others to believe in you as a professional. I have that posted. Because it made me giggle so hard because it's okay. So we have opinions, right? We all have opinions, Julie. We all have political views. We all have religious views. There's a time and a place for them, but how you delivered it into the book, we all have opinions. However, you're utilizing your social media platform to attract business. You basically just like cut the crap, is what I read. How hard was it for you to build that reputation and stay in that good reputation? Because I know in the book, and I don't want to ruin it, you do talk about a situation with a friend where you lost a deal, and I don't want to do any spoilers, but
That
talk
one,
to me about
that
reputation.
was a client. So
Mm.
particular one was a client who I kept dropping the boyfriend word whenever I could, but he wanted me to like come over and enjoy. He made wine and was selling it and whatnot, and I just didn't have. You have to always pay attention to your gut feeling. It's super important, and I just felt very uncomfortable by the whole thing. And so at some point I had to just make it a little bit more clear. And I swear the next day I wake up to a horrific review on Zillow. Y'all are gonna go on there right now. I know you'll be scrolling. Let's find it. Let's find it. There's one. Everything's 5-star except for this idiot. And it was so it could not be worse. But then when you look at all the other ones, you're like, okay. So I mean, reputation is super important, and we don't have control. We don't, all we can do is the best we can do, and then we need a thick skin. But I do whatever I can every single day to protect my reputation by doing the right things. And in that situation, I really think there really wasn't anything else I could do. Maybe I could have just gone along with it and everything would have been fine, but I'm not really good at doing that. I didn't want anything else from him. Go away. And the deal fell apart, and that's all good too. Like I don't want to pay. Go.
The way I read through the chapters too, and the way I pulled these three things in, it's because all these three things, etiquette, reputation, and social media, I feel like they all go together today more than ever in any world. What are some common mistakes you've observed in the world of real estate etiquette since you've been here so they can avoid them?
Yeah. Wow. Okay. Don't post for one thing. Like exactly how we started this out. Like keep the sexy stuff somewhere else. How about go to texting with your person? It doesn't need to be on your social media platform. Um, whatever views you have, what's going on in your town or country, whether it's political or religious, again, stop. You're literally going to alienate at least half the people on your page. So why put that out there? Almost no one knows how I feel about things. And
Mm-hmm.
to me, that's a win because it doesn't need to be on there. I had a hard time at first with the whole social media thing because I was super private with my Facebook page. So it was small and only certain number of people on there. And I knew them very well. That's why they were there. And then once started working, like, oh my gosh, like I don't even know this person, but they're an agent. So there I'm clicking the button. So you really need to be cognizant of what you post, why you post. I think that's a huge thing. And really the reputation, etiquette, and social media, Brooke's right. It completely goes hand in hand. And I originally was creating it as one chapter, and I broke it out on purpose. Even the reputation, I think, is a page and a half or something super tiny in the book. It really isn't about that to me. It's that by pulling it out and keeping it separate, whoa, this is important,
Yeah.
right? It's not going to get lost in the midst of other things. So I would keep all that off. And also the other thing that you don't want to do is, I know you'll appreciate this, Brooke. You don't want to vomit real estate. Those are not my words. I'm quoting Brooke. So mix it up. Make sure you are sharing what you're comfortable sharing and appropriately sharing of your personal life. Picture your dog, your cat, whatever. without political views.
Yes, like no signs on your dog, no handkerchiefs, no sleight of the hand. So, what's one thing you want them to take out of the book and the podcast? Because also, I'm going to give you guys a whole bunch of links on how you can follow Julie online, how you can subscribe to her podcast. You may just see a guest. She may have just interviewed someone from this region, and it was so much fun. But she's got great people on the podcast, and she's got a lot of great resources in there. So if they had to open the book, put a finger on one page and get a takeaway, what do you want them to take away from the book today?
Well, I would say that it's not necessarily specific words in the book, more that this is the career path you have chosen. Be sensitive to people around you, other agents, your affiliates, your clients. Like, be open and receptive to help and for providing help. I just think that this space we're in could just be so much friendlier. And I think it's really, really important because everybody has different things they bring to the table that have a lot of value, and we can all learn from each other. And it's not to sound hokey or cliche, but I just feel like it's really incredibly important to be helpful and be aware.
I love that. Somebody once told me when I first got into this that real estate is not a tug of war to pull the other agent across the table and into the mud, that when you are both on the same side pulling for the clients, you're all going to win. Julie, thank you so much. Stay on for one couple more minutes. We're going to give away a signed copy of your book, but you know the rules, friends. You have to be on to win. So, Tiffany, yeah, it's win-win or no deal. You're right, Jess. Do you have a name from our wheel of names? Look at all the sun in your face.
I know. Sorry. Yes. Our winner this week is Adam Moulton.
Adam, are you on? If you are, raise a digital paw. Oh, you're in there. Adam, where are you? Say
I
something.
think
Come on.
you're in Andover, if I remember correctly.
Where are you? I can't
Hello.
find you. Hello.
Can you hear me?
I can
Hi,
hear
yes.
you.
Can
Is
hear
this
you,
your,
but can't see you.
that's all right. It's okay.
You
So,
need to
is
see
this,
me, you just need to hear me.
well, can somebody verify his voice? I'm just kidding. Is this your first growth call, M3 Make Money Mondays with us, or have you been on before?
No, this is my first call.
You know, this just seems to happen that way. Well, congratulations, Adam. I
Thank
need
you.
you to send me an email to b.silva@kw.com so I can get all your mailing information. You want an autographed copy of Julie's book? I have also put the link in about 8,000 times into the chat if you need it. You can get your own copy, and don't worry, it will also be in the Make Money Mondays Facebook group with how to get to Julie's podcast, how to get a hold of her. If you think you should be interviewed on the podcast, I know she's always looking for fantastic people. And Julie, we appreciate you coming on and chatting with our friends so, so much. All right, friends, if you have questions for Julie on the post when I put it into Facebook, make sure you ask her on that post so everybody can benefit from her words of wisdom. All right, Tiffany.
Brooke, before you get started with your, because I know we have 9 minutes to run through it, I just want to share.
Yeah.
We have an agent, and Chris, if he's still on the call, this agent is in Chris's Market Center. She started real estate last week. We met on Friday, and she literally listed 2 properties today.
Oh, so let me okay, hold on, let me get this straight. An agent came in, she did the right things, she went to coaching, and she got a listing.
Yeah, and Chris is
Something
on.
like that.
Chris, share with me, man. Share with me.
1 minute.
So she was a referral. She was with another brokerage, wasn't getting the support. I said, I got you. So we met. We signed up last week, and she just took 2 listings for just under 2 mil.
Oh, 2 million. No, just chump change. Just a couple pennies.
Good.
And so here's
She
the
was
deal. Here's the deal. She came in, she showed up, She met with her productivity coach. She met with her market center tech trainer. We talked about a GPS. We spent all of 27 minutes together and bang, 1.7 is one and the other is right around 400. So there
Boom.
you go. Just show up. I'm going to put in the chat if you would like to meet with me and learn how to do this. In the chat is our evening coaching sessions, and I do 15-minute mini sessions. Chris, do you think it's worthwhile for them to kind of connect with me for a few minutes?
I mean, if you want to take 2 mil, I don't see why not.
Right? And here's the thing, it's not even about somebody just asked, and the money doesn't matter. It's not the total what she got in listings that matters. It's that the fact that she got 2 listings.
It's
Let's-
the confidence she built.
Yep. Because here's the deal. Nobody wants to cold call until they get, like, I remember me when I was a cold caller, and now I call it event dialing. I hated every second of it until, you know what? I literally landed a 4-unit on Valley Street in Portland, and then I never stopped cold calling again. So you just need that one win. And whether it's working your database or calling expired or whatever it is, you just need one win.
Just one win. And you know what? Sometimes it's just somebody picking up the phone. What? One win. All right, let's get to that beautiful content we have, because friends, it is Super Bowl. And we're gonna play on that a little bit more, but we have a couple of other things rocking and rolling for you today. I have frozen fingers. I don't know about you, so I just can't wait that we're gonna have a frozen yogurt holiday tomorrow. How's that? So tomorrow's National Frozen Yogurt Day. So kind of funny that a frozen yogurt day falls during a freezing cold month. But here's another way to dive into your community. How many of you have those places where you can, like, oh God, if you've ever been with Hope, I know. So you go there, you fill up the flavors you want, and then the 700 pounds of toppings your child can add to make this a $46 cup of frozen yogurt exists. Do you have those? Yeah? Okay. Yeah. That's my favorite. I also love that she mixes chocolate with gummy bears and 5 different sauces, and then she takes a bite and she's like, oh, I don't like this. I digress. Find out locally where those places exist for you. And if you've got a couple great ones, thinking about chatting with the owner of those companies and finding out what you can offer to your data bank through them. National Frozen Yogurt Day. Scoop, there it is the hashtag. Even though you don't always scoop. And then here's one of my favorite new things we're going to start doing is pulling in real estate without pulling in real estate. We've done it all along, but I'm going to tell you when we're doing it so you know. The missing piece. How many of you in your households, in your room, could be a bedroom, a bathroom, living room, a foyer, a walk-in, or you're missing that one thing? Every day you look in this room and you get mad because it's missing something. Do you have those? It could be the couch is off. The couch is not right. Right? Where is it a painting? Is it you're missing a giant fish? Like, what is it about the room? Because I know Chris, he loves giant fish on the wall. Like, that's his jam. He goes fishing every other weekend. He's got swordfish everywhere. They're all tacked up and put up. But what are your people looking for? What is that missing piece? It could be wall art, different pillows, a pop of color, or even the right furniture. So need a little help with inspiration? Here's how you're drawing people into your world. Post a pic in the comments below and tell us what you think is missing. Sometimes a different eye may spot what you are looking for. How many of you have stagers in your world? Do you have a stager? Jenny, I'm looking at you. Do you have a stager? Tell me you have a stager. I want to see, Brookie, I have stagers. Tag them on the photos and say, what would you add to this? If you've got interior designers, tag them in. This is one of those ways that you can help, because even your eye may spot it, right? Sandra Solar may have the eye that's looking for the missing piece of art that is going to take their room to the next level. It's also fun to scope out what's in the images, but I digress. It's This or That Thursday, so we're continuing our football tradition, and today it's all about, are you going out or are you staying in? So do you stay in for Super Bowl and have a quiet party, or maybe have a party at your house, or do you like to go out? Here's why I enjoy Super Bowl parties out of the house. I don't have to clean up. I can order a beer and get it whenever I want, and somebody else does all the cooking and the cleaning up. I also don't pay attention to football, so it means I can talk to whoever's left. Okay? I love that part. All right. What are you guys doing for Super Bowl? What are you doing? Oh, why am I pinned all by myself? Let's get rid of that. Whew, that was aggressive. What are you guys doing for Super Bowl? Are you staying home? You
Well,
going out?
I'm going to be staying home. My husband is a diehard Chiefs fan, so it's very serious. So we
Yeah.
can't be around any kids or anything
Yeah.
like that. So we're home.
Yeah,
That's what we're
that's one
doing.
of those. I agree with Jess. I'm eating no matter where I am, so I'm pretty happy. We are going to a friend's house down the road where the kids can be in their like playroom watching your puppy bowl, and then we'll be in the other room eating and doing whatever. I won't be paying attention. I won't. I just know. I'm not a hoping to win tickets to the game itself, where you may need to make some preparation real quick, David, because it's like right there, right? When is it? Sunday? Is it this Sunday? I gotta go grocery shopping. I'm supposed to bring the chili. All right, friends. So there is our content for the week. Again, thank you so much to Julie Chin for being our guest today. We're gonna rock and roll over to the 201 Club in a moment. If you have any questions, again, after this call, I will get all of her contact information into that. I might have signed her up to sign your books at an event she might be at. I will point her out. And Julie's okay with it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, a little autograph copy. I always have Sharpies with me, friends. Gold ones, purple ones, whatever you want. I think Julie would like the gold ones.
Yeah, I'm trying to.
Okay. All right.
Thanks, everyone. Really
Thank you.
appreciate your time and feel very welcome.
Oh, we love you, Julie.